This book, one lesson at a time. Here's that next lesson. What makes the world so crazy? Lesson 4. We are living in a time when the numbers of people who exhibit serious problems with life exceed the numbers who are living well. And she wrote the book 30 years ago, folks, so it's way worse now because of the social media and all that. Perhaps it is time to turn from perceiving the individuals as a problem and refocus on their training. And here's where that training comes in every lesson in this book. We've been taught and trained, this book talks about. The world is crazy because we have had crazy training on how to be, how to live, and what is important. Our Western culture has adopted a model which can be thought of as the doing model. It can be conceptualized as a straight line because it is clearly linear in focus. It is work-related as it comes from the early American work ethic, and the model is orientated toward achieving goals and gaining external rewards. The beginning of the model, the straight line, is birth, and then each step forward is marked by achievements. Each step forward means obtaining something new, a degree, a promotion, a marriage, a bigger house, more cars, more wealth, and on and on and on. Each step can be quickly compared to the one before, which is less, and to the one ahead, which is more. There's always another goal to reach until one gets to the end, which is not death, but retirement. Then this model stops, as it is not interested in life without work. This model implies that life is work. You all know what she's talking about here. The very nature of this model, as determined from its underlying philosophy, means that it is competitive, judgmental, achievement-oriented, and externally rewarded system for living. The problem is that this may be a model for one aspect of life, the career focus for the person, but it is a terrible model for all aspects of life. It seems that this is what has happened. We have generalized one model to cover all of life. We have become goal-oriented, competitive, judgmental, externally focused, and lost without work in our spiritual, emotional, interactive, and physical spheres. No wonder the world feels so crazy and we feel so lost. What is needed is to stop blaming ourselves for inappropriate training and to begin utilizing another model for living. Far Eastern philosophy and religions have developed a centuries-old model which can be conceived as the model of being. Think of this model as a circle which spirals inward without any beginning or end. There is no better place to be on the model. Just being on it is enough. And as a matter of fact, being is enough. Because it is circular, this model continually recycles, meaning that you return to where you have been before, but because it spirals inward, you are never in exactly the same place as before. You are constantly changing, and everything you perceive is seen as if for the first time with your changed eyes. Because there is no known end, there can be no goal in getting to the end. Thus, the journey is the goal. Makes sense, doesn't it? It is being on the path, not the final destination, that is important. And there is no competition, because where you are on the model is where you are, and not comparable to where anyone else is. There is no judgment, because there is no one judging. Thus, this then becomes the model of acceptance. The Western model of doing is a paradoxical model in that most people hope to achieve goals that are not obtainable with the model. The goals of peace and balance and inner power are found with the Far Eastern model of being, which is not the goal-orientated model. The model of being requires some training, because it is the opposite of the more familiar doing model, the one you're used to. That's why people got to have new houses. Instead of buying a fixer-upper house that they can work on, and they don't owe the bank a bunch of money on it. They go buy a new house, and with all the huge payments and all that. Then they usually die, never even paying that thing off. However, that's the doing model, right? However, this Far Eastern model does not need to be the only model in your life. You can use the Western model, doing model, for some areas in your life, such as education, career advancement, and use of the being model for the rest of your life. One warning: use of the being model can become very addictive in a very positive manner. I mean, this is me now. I am in the being model. My doing is trying to teach you how to learn how to do the being model, okay, instead of the Western model. And those 4 things to yourself in the mirror will allow you to get into the being model, just like this happened to me. One warning: use of being model can be very addictive in a positive manner. A certain amount of trust and a small leap of faith are required to jump off the doing model and experience the other. I had no idea what I was doing when I left this woman after 3.5 years of toxic marriage, right? Because she was all about the doing model. All I did in that 3.5-year marriage was work, buy more stuff that we didn't need, spend all my money on all the stuff that she wanted. Never had a being moment, okay, in 3.5 years. And there's a lot of people living in this kind of situation too. A certain amount of trust and a small leap of faith are required to jump off the doing model and experience the other. Remember, you can always jump back. You can always choose to go back and to what you know. But first, please ask yourself if it worked for you. Do you know what you need